Hello, lovelies. We should be live now, I hope. And I do hope that everything is all right, at least my end is. Welcome to the channel. For everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Rad. I do tarot. And in this video, I'm going to do I'm going to sneeze first, I guess. So, in this live stream and video later on, I'm gonna do the weekly tarot reading for each star sign. The week is 3rd to 9th of October 2020, 2022. But before I jump to the reading for the star signs, I would like to do one collective first, and let me shuffle the cards first. So we see what kind of a week this is going to be. Hello, Kato. I'm fine, more or less. You know, there is always what to be desired. Right. So the cards shuffled, cut, and the first one that we do have for the week. Just give me a second here. So the first one that we do have for the week, that's gonna be the seven of cups, followed by the second one, which is going to be the queen of swords. The third card for the week, that's going to be the seven of pentacles, and the fourth one for the week, that's going to be the Empress. I would like to draw one more for the Queen of Swords. For that Queen of Swords we have, and the card is 10 of Cups. Okay, so these 5 cards, 4 primary cards and 1 catalyst to the Queen of Swords. Hello, Lori, and Flame Red as well, 24. Welcome to the stream, guys. So let me give another look to the cards. So it's a week where we have to be rather quite careful what kind of a people we do associate ourselves with, and above anything else, what kind of a people we have anything to deal with in general. Because having that Queen of Swords being into the second position, with the 10 of Cups being a catalyst to the Queen of Swords, that's someone who is out for blood. It's out to make troubles, and best thing we can do is just stay the hell out of their way. Okay, they're not looking for troubles, but they are to make troubles if they are provoked. Now, a long story short, those are a kind of people who are not concerned with the consequences of their actions. They do things just because they can, not because they have any reason to do so. And whenever they want something, let the world burn for all they care, for as long as they have it. Okay, and so that's why we have to be, all of us, we have to be careful how we interact with people. We should not provoke this one. I kind of, that is by the way, now that I think of that, is very reminiscent to a world leader that it is on the spotlight right now. But also it could be, you know, our boss, it could be someone from our family. It's gonna be a person that we are to deal with, and the best we can do is stay out of their way and ignore, because all that they promise they can do, at least according to these cards though. And so once we do ignore this individual, the rest of the week pretty much is gonna be cleared out, and the other spotlight of the week, aside from that person, is that we have to, or we will have the ability to do so though, analyze, scale up, whichever way you want to say it, what is possible and what it isn't possible from from the wishes and the dreams of ours. You know, every single one of us has a plan, whether to be successful or to be loved or whatever the case. And throughout the week, we gotta analyze how possible that plan is. Some of the plans we do have are gonna end up being possible. Others are gonna end up being a bit that we are a bit ahead of ourselves, so to speak. Well, not exactly. It will turn out that they simply are not worth the hassle. But that can only happen if we do take it easy and we do take it one thing at a time, right? One thing that leads to another. And doing so, we are going to reach the end of the week where we are going to sit in front of a big decision to make. That decision will revolve or kind of like will affect our future big time. And that decision is going to be about how to plan that future. And what is going to be common for many of us at the end of the week, it is that we're going to need some time by ourselves or on ourselves, whichever way you can say it. So we can detach ourselves from the midst of activities, not being affected of anything, with incentive to make a mature and well-found balanced decision for the future, you know, not being kind of like swayed one or another way from situation or from a person or whatever influence it may be on us at that particular point. And that plan that we are going to make is going to be there to stay, whichever way we make it. And pretty much what is granted is that we are going to plan for the future, but that plan could kind of like bring a sweet or bits of fruits, whichever we sow we are to reap later on, whether it's bitter or whether it's sweet. And that's why it's very important not to kind of like provoke that person, which is gonna kind of like dance on our nerves, so to speak, but instead ignore it, because otherwise it's highly likely to not to make a good plan for the future. You know, it could be a plan of waste, like chasing a goal or a dream that simply doesn't worth it, but once initiated, the plan cannot be stopped. Hello, honey, and Amber as well. Welcome to the stream. So that is literally the collective reading for the week. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 12 readings, one for each star sign. I'm going to start from Aries, and it's going to end up, and I'm going to end up with Pisces. Amongst the readings, I'm going to announce breaks, 3 total. Those are breaks where one of you guys is gonna get a free reading from me, and what you have to do is just wait for those breaks, and once I do announce it, just ask the question you want me to read for with tarot. And should there be more than one question, I'm gonna pick the one that's I find most interesting or I'm drawn to, so to speak. I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Other than that, if you do decide to support the channel and the stream through Super Chat, you're gonna get a reading at the end of it. That's pretty much given. And should your Super Chat be $20 or above, the reading is gonna be that very same reading I am performing for the star signs, or the not or but and the collective reading as well. And if you do wish to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website. Link of it you're going to find into the description down below. And also what you're going to find there is an option for you to book a monthly reading. The booking is open up until the end of the week, and that reading pretty much contains a 9-card spread, and the spread focuses on your career, your finances, and as well your love life. Hello, Anna and Emma, welcome to the stream. Well, good and bad, Emma, they're relative. You know, good for one is bad for another, or at least that's the way how people can classify it. Um, yeah, more or less. Well, neutral. Yeah, the question should not be worded in such a way so it takes decision for you. I guess that's a neutral question. All right, so starting up with Aries, that's going to be first. We finish here the shuffle. And the first one for Aries, that's going to be the Six of Cups, followed by the second card for Aries, which stands as the Ace of Cups. Moving on next, we do have Justice. And the final one for Aries, that's going to be the Seven of Wands. All right, so the reason for this week, or the whole aspect of the week for you Aries, it is, and I don't know when this is going to happen to me, that's why probably I don't have anything into Aries, but and it may sound really crazy. You may think that you are crazy when it happens, but what the week focuses on, it is the happiness you will find doing your chores. I don't know how this is possible, but that is what the cards are showing. You know, you live up to your chores, you live up to your plans, you live up to your responsibilities, and you find a nice way to tackle with them, to apprehend them, so to speak, and just perform on them and move on forward. In fact, for what the cards are showing here as a potential with that Seven of Wands being at the end, it is that you are to position to set yourself up in a rather very envious or enviable, so to speak, position, whether into your love life or whether into your career. Now, if you are hoping for miracles, unfortunately, that's not going to be the week for you guys. No miracles, okay? That is pretty much shown here by the Ace of Cups into the second position. That card pretty much shows that there won't be an impending change which is going to make your reality overflowing with joy. The only joy that is going to be there is the one you make for yourself through fulfilling your chores and through live up to your responsibilities. As an advice, if you have the luxury to choose, it will be best if you do address first the projects, or rather, like, not first, if you do address only projects and activities that you do find enthusiastic and as well that are giving you an option for a creative expression. And if you as well have a chance to choose whom to associate yourself with, only people that you do like emotionally and physically as well. I don't know why, but that is what the cards are showing. What is going to be on your side is that once something is opened in front of you or presented in front of you, so to speak, whether through random circumstances or whether through someone, you will immediately gonna know, is it worth it or is it not worth it? And that way, like I said, you're gonna set yourself up on the top of the hill. Hopefully you will be able to sustain that position for quite a while. Why not for your entire life? Well, that will depend entirely on you. Hello, Krista. Hope you do enjoy the stream. So that was for Aries. Moving on, next we do have Taurus. Emma, what do you mean country? You are asking me what country I am in? For Taurus, we do have the Seven of Cups, followed by the Two of Cups. Moving on next, that's going to be the Nine of Cups. And the final one, we have the Four. So bear in mind here, guys, what I am gonna say doesn't mean that, you know, you're gonna end up single, right? That's not the point of the reading here or of those cards. The point of those cards, it is that even if you are single, you are gonna be happy, okay? Or in other words, throughout the week you are to see that in order to be happy, you don't need to have anyone else around. I mean, if you do have someone else around, that's good and probably great. But if you don't, that's okay too. Because what will happen is that, this is that spiritual realization that when one has certain dreams, okay, whether those dreams are fantasies or seeds growing, they are personal, okay, and no one else can manifest those dreams for you, for me, for any single one of us. And once those dreams starts manifesting, it's better to be alone. I mean, it's good if you do have someone else next to you, but it is better to be alone because there will be no conflict of interest, so to speak. Bottom line is that throughout the week you are gonna, especially if you are in a very tight relationship, all right, you are to see that you can't any longer share everything. There are certain boundaries are going to start building up in between you and that person. They don't have to be very tall, all right? They don't have to be boundaries which are going to jeopardize your relationship, friendship, or a business partnership. They are going to be there. I mean, that relationship or the relationships you have are not going to be that pure anymore for one or another reason. Should you happen to start dating throughout the week, have one in your mind that is expression in my country. My country is Bulgaria, by the way. This is the country I'm living in, as such a question was asked. But have one in your mind, meaning do not trust completely and anticipate a worse outcome than what the situation is kind of like promising, so to speak. That is because having the Two of Cups being there, it kind of shows that one of the two is not gonna do their part, or is not gonna carry their weight, so to speak. But for example, if men are from Mars and women are from Venus, and you gotta meet on Earth, you know, both of you gotta kind of like do your distance. One of you is not gonna make their distance, and so the other one has to kind of like double time it if, you know, one wants that partnership, cooperation, unity to happen, and that is going to be always. So be mindful. I mean, at the start it may be okay for you, but how long is gonna be okay. Because usually, you know, throughout my career and my experience, when people enter into such kind of relationships, they kind of like it's not even a hope, it's more like a belief that, you know, it's like that at the beginning, but I know that this person is gonna change. Why? I mean, what's the incentive for them to change? Who does change that everything is given to them on a platter? You know, if for example someone, just think it that way, if for example someone is giving you say a couple of $1,000 a month, are you gonna start working just for the shits and giggles? I bet not. You know, you're gonna enjoy yourself. And that's pretty much what people do when they are given way too much. So no, they don't change, right? And if the other side doesn't want to do their part, doesn't want to carry on their weight, it's better not to kind of like over invest into it. That is advice of the cards. But if you learn to kind of like be happy by yourself, regardless if you're gonna stay in a relationship or not, at the end of the week, a new beginning is waiting you. It's gonna be different for each one of you. For some could be a new hobby or a new job, you know, or a new social circle, something brand new that you haven't experienced up until this point. Hopefully you will enjoy it too. Right, so that was for Taurus. Moving on, next we do have Gemini. Thank you, Anna, for $20 support. Thank you. Make sure, as usual, that you do stay up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the week. All right, for Gemini, the first one, that's going to be the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the High Priestess. Afterwards, we do have the King of Wands. And then, that's going to be the Five of Pentacles. The additional card to the King of Wands, that's going to be the Two of Wands. So, there will be a huge stir in your environment within the next week, guys. A stir that make you kind of like feel quite uncertain. Well, uncertain is not the right word. You may feel that, you know, your positions are jeopardized, threatened by yourself. So what happens, it is that the person is going to show up. Now, that may be someone you know, or it may be someone brand new to you, but that person is going to show in a place, or rather like in a field in your life, that you see no way out, or you see no way to move forward, and they are going to give you the way to move forward. However, to you, that will feel very, very risky move. Like if you move forward growing into your career, you may lose your job. If you move forward growing into your love life, you may lose your marriage, and so on and so forth. So it's going to feel very risky. But that is because the way or the opportunity that they are going to show you and present in front of you, the way through, it will be also very ambitious. I mean, in order to take advantage of it and in generally succeed into that way, you will have to be very decisive, determined, and I don't know, ambitious. That is the word that I was searching for. You gotta be very ambitious. So ambitious doesn't mean steadfast. It doesn't mean as well reckless. So throughout the week, as things must be stirred, that doesn't mean that this stir needs to be a rapid movement. On the contrary, according to the cards, throughout the week, what's the incentive or the environment is going to be for you guys is to make a slow steps, one thing after another, being very well planned, very well established, and producing rather good results. But you're going to reach a point at the end of the week where you will realize that you have to change certain ways of yours if you do want the whole thing to be wrapped around. Now, on a more, let's say, predictive scale, very possible within the next week whether you are to jump into the old branches of love or is going to be new branches of love, one of the two, but you are going to have a touch of it. What you're going to do, what you're going to do with that touch, that depends entirely on you. But even if you do have the touch of it, that also will require, if you do want to materialize it, that also will require for you to change certain ways of yours. But if you do so, if you do change certain ways of yours, you can expect a lot of concerns of yours to be gone, simply. And you will see no reason to worry about your job or how you're going to make your living in general, not just only about the job, but also how you're going to make your living. And you are not going to be concerned anymore, are you ever going to find love again? So a lot to do, Gemini, and once that person shows up and they present you with the way, I suggest you take it. Right, so that was for Gemini. Now moving on, next we do have Cancer. All right, the first card for Cancer, that's going to be Star card. Moving on, next we do have the Page of Swords, followed by the Strength, and the final one, that's going to be the Nine of Wands. Hold on a second, guys. Why is this recording? Oh my god. Just give me a moment here. Wow. All right. So these four cards, and the additional one to the Page of Swords is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So we have a person who is going to challenge you. Oh, this is what happens throughout the week. You will end up about to do something. With the Star card, pretty much what the card shows is that right at the beginning of the week or a couple of days into it, you will now finally gonna have the clearance to do a thing you want. When I say want, I would say when you what you wanted. Maybe it is thing that you have ever wanted, okay, but you never had the chance. Well, now you're gonna have your chance, and there is going to be that individual who is going to say, why? You know, why are you going to do it? Um, uh, well, I don't know how to explain it, but this person, Cancer, it's gonna argue with you why you're doing it. They may put the thesis here that you do not deserve it, for example, or they may kind of like try to manipulate you emotionally by saying, you know, that you are abandoning them, how can you do this to me, and so on and so forth. The thing is that this individual cannot see things the way you see them, nor you can see things the way they see them as well. And so throughout the week, if you do answer to those arguments, it's just you will spend the week arguing in a pointless conflicts, because no one actually can get the upper hand. So whenever you are challenged about your choices, ignore it. Don't feed it. Don't give any food to this challenge, or rather like to these tones, so to speak. And if you do mind your own business, what you can expect, whether that clearance gives you, say, a new job, or gives you, say, a new friendship, or gives you, say, I don't know, maybe new relationship, rest assured that they are gonna live up to your expectations. Even more than that, they are gonna live up to your standards. And so in regards to career, if that's a job, you can expect a long-term job that is not going to carry on the same problems you left into your old one. If that's about love, you can expect an unfolding one that is going to live up to, it's going to be pure, and is going to live up to your standards about a pure love. The beauty of this week, Cancer, it is that whatever the situation, you're always gonna have the right attitude in it. Okay, you will know when to answer aggression with aggression, or maybe aggression with kindness, or passionate situation with passion, and so on and so forth. And through it, by the end of the week, you are gonna sort out your environment, your enterprises, everything you do in such a way that your life will be far, far, far more comfortable than the life you had once you entered that particular week. So you're off to a ride to make your life better. Long story short here, but that is only if you do not pay attention to people who are questioning your choices. Hello, Jackie. Yeah, I believe so. All right, so that concludes the first 4 star signs, guys. Now we are going into the first break. Like I said, in that break, one of you can get a free reading from me. All that you gotta do is just type the question you want to be read for with tarot cards. Should there be more than just one question, I'm gonna, per person that is, I'm gonna just pick one, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on the question itself. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do so. If there are no questions, I'm just gonna move to the next 4 star signs. So Amy, if you are still here, what about the dream catcher? I mean, what kind of a clue it gave you? All right, we do have one question. That's a good start. And 3.5 minutes, guys. 3.5 minutes. And if there are no more questions, I'm just gonna pick this one. Actually, it's a good one. Seldom people are asking in such a way. It's a brilliant way. By the way, Sherry, I almost missed you, girl. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Jackie, as anyone else, has anyone had a normal month? It is the more correct question. I just this month of September was ridiculous. And by the way, this trend, although probably not that severe, is gonna keep up until the end of the year. So buckle up, because it does look like that we are for a ride, all of us. Hey, Care, welcome to the stream. I don't recall seeing you here, so I hope you do enjoy it. You like the cut? Yeah, I'm growing to like it too. I think that is how I'm gonna maintain my hair. I hope you like it, guys, because it's gonna stay that way. I mean, at least for the time being. Hello, Christy. Welcome to the stream. Oh, 5? Oh my god, you're one of the lucky ones. Yeah. Well, that's not only just for you, Jackie, it's for all of us. It's just right now transits and stuff, and oh my god, it will be, I can't say terrible, it's going to be unusual, for the lack of better words. Right, so just only one question, which is love wise, do you have a message for me? Kato asks. So let's check it out, Kato. Katsumino, I guess that's the Japanese. Yeah. Those are the cards. This is the message at the end of the day. I'm gonna tell you. Oh, nickname for Katie. Okay, Katie. So, or Kati. So, I'm gonna tell you the message, but at the end of the day, you make your choices on your own, alright? So, according to the cards, nothing that it is currently exists around you is good. According to the cards, you gotta be open for something new, anything new, which gives a hint that whomever can make you happy is unlike anything you are used to date, so to speak, or you are used uh to fall for. That is in case you are looking for love. Now, if you are currently in a relationship, then those cards as a message, it kind of speaks that you have to talk about your problems with the person you are in a relationship, instead of kind of like smearing things around with presents and gifts, okay? Because they are just postponing the issues and are not solving them, right? So instead of, for example, buying something to your boyfriend because he got angry at you because you did something, talk about what you did instead of buying a present. Well, if you are single, then it's the simpler message: be open for anything new, because something new is coming around. And when I say open, be open-minded, because it's going to be unlike anything you have dated by that point. I can give you a hint what type of a character that is going to be. That's going to be a character for whom relationship is part of life. It's not something mandatory though. For as long as the relationship with you serves a purpose, he's gonna sustain it, or she, depending on your preferences. As soon as that relationship becomes more trouble than useful, he or she is gonna cut it loose. So be mindful what kind of a drama you're playing out, if you are a type of a person that likes to play out drama, okay? And that is literally your message. All right, couple of minutes, and after that, guys, I'm going to move to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. There are going to be, after that, one more free reading, then another 4 star signs, then another free reading, and after that are going to be the super chat readings. Anyone who supports the stream and the channel with super chat, you will guys gonna get a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much given. Should your super chat have no inquiry with it, the reading is gonna be about your personal week, 3rd to 9th of October, and should your super chat be $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same 4 card spread I'm doing for the star signs. And if you do want a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which link you're gonna find in the description down below. Well, Jackie, at least it's gonna be interesting. We're not gonna die from boredom. That's pretty much in the bag. All right, next one, that's gonna be Leo. All right, first one for Leo, that's gonna be the 5 of Cups, followed by the 8 of Wands. Moving on next, that's gonna be the King of Swords. And the final one for you guys, we do have the Knight of Wands. The additional card to the King of Swords, that's gonna be the 7 of Pentacles. So pretty much that King of Swords with the 7 of Pentacles, it is your saving grace for throughout the week. Because as soon as I draw the first 2 cards, That's pretty simple with those two. It pretty much stands that you can't alter much, especially when it comes to situations which you are not pleased and happy with. Straight away you are disappointed with, okay? And probably you are seeking out a way how to make a damage control, right? How to salvage it if you can, how to cut your losses. Luckily for you, that King of Swords that is going to show up in your environment into the upcoming week is going to present you with a strategy how you can cut out your losses. Not just cut them short, but cut them out, having no losses whatsoever. Because Five of Cups may very well, for many of you, refer to a losses, although partial ones, still losses. That King of Swords most likely is someone professional, like a lawyer, like a physician, like a business consultant, for example, or maybe therapist. And through that cooperation with them, if you do decide to go for it though, right, because that's something you can choose to do or you can choose not to do, but if you do decide to seek out a professional help, a strategy is going to be created that is going to make you move through difficulties, or it's going to help you move through the problems and resolve the problems. So this week is going to focus on the most problematic field in your life right now. If your job is problematic, then that is where it's going to show up. Your business is problematic, that is where it's going to show up. Say your love life is problematic, that is where it's going to show up, and so on and so forth. By yourself, can you do it? I would rather say yes, but it's going to be very, very risky if you do try to maneuver it without having the opinion and as well the plan of the expert here. But by the end of the week, you can expect your enthusiasm and passion for the future to be revitalized one more time. So you're gonna find yourself in a much better position than the start of the week, itself. Even though by the end of the week, it seems that you, Leo, are gonna be with a pretty loose collar around your neck, because with that Knight of Wands, it does look like that you will be deciding what kind of a thing you want to do, interesting thing you want to do. We're not talking here about any chore or any responsibility. That's more like a exciting enterprise. That's more like a hobby for you to undertake and as well tackle. The advice for you, Leo, it is that no matter how hopeless the situation looks like at the start of the week, that is, don't abandon it, don't give up, because at the end of the day, whatever you are disappointed of, that's just temporary disappointment. Whatever you feel a loss from, that's just a partial loss, and you can definitely catch up, but you do need a professional help that you can definitely find into the upcoming week. So if you are looking out for a lawyer to slaughter your wife or a husband that it is divorcing you, well, I guess that's the week you're going to find one that is going to do the job, right? If you are looking for a, say, a specialist, a medical specialist for your problem, I guess that's going to be the week where you're going to find the man or the woman which is going to heal you, and so on and so forth. So that was for Leo. Now moving on, next we do have Virgo. Hello, Kate. Welcome, welcome to the stream. All right, first one for Virgo, Five of Pentacles. moving on, next we do have the sun. Not really good start for you guys. Followed by, do we have a saving grace? Six of Swords. Hello, Shanna. So Six of Swords, it is the third one. And then the last one's gonna be the King of Wands. Those four cards. Difficult week ahead, guys. Difficult week ahead. Now, right at the start of it, you will see that there are much more troubles than you have anticipated. Now, Five of Pentacles, which is your environment into the upcoming week, it kind of shows difficulties and problems at all fronts. They may be small, they may be even trifles, but just to compensate, there is gonna be many of them. And so throughout the week, what will be required from you is very focused and I don't know, determined mental ability, or rather like mental focus to address the issues rather than to freak out about it. That will be, by the way, the worst that you can do, to freak out about it. Having the sun into the second position, it kind of speaks that there are going to be some very unnatural things happening. And when I say unnatural, like, you know that one thing can develop only in one way, but suddenly starts developing in another, and that feels very, very unnatural. And that is what the majority of the experiences are going to be that you will have to tackle into the upcoming week. And the saving grace for you are the bold moves. So you have to be like, I don't want to say gambler, but you gotta be, and not even an all-in, more like courageous into the upcoming week to do the bold moves rather than the risky moves. And also what is going to help you is if you do strive to unite people under the common cause as well, which is going to be your cause, by the way. Another thing that you can do in order to make your life easier, if you do change your lifestyles, for example, if you are spending a lot of money on something, that's a part of your lifestyle. Maybe if your problems are in the financial field, well, maybe you want to change that lifestyle in a certain way. That could be also valid for your relationships as well. Lifestyle there, how you do address your relationship, how you do address your partner. Maybe the lifestyle in terms of your work, how you address and how you do your job. So I'm sorry saying it, but according to these cards, the problems are caused by internal influence, meaning that you are the cause of your problems for one or another reason. But if you do work on it, okay, by the end of the week, it does look like that you are gonna turn these insecurities into a very, very strong ambition, and that ambition afterwards is going to transform into a very effective actions. So instead of freaking out at the start of the week, you are going to be rather determined toward a something. And also at the end of the week, for what those cards are showing is that you are going to have a good time, personal good time, like enjoying yourself with stuff you enjoy. And that's pretty much about it for you, Virgo. One thing, guys, this isn't the week to make peace for what those cards are showing, okay? Like bearing down the hatchets, but it's not a week as well to wage a war. So it will be best if you seek truce instead. All right, next one, we do have Libra. First one for Libra, that's going to be the Tower. followed by the Hangman. Then we do have the Eight of Pentacles. And it is the Two of Wands. In mob life, I don't know what you mean under mob. Usually mob is used in, for what I know, that's like a crowd, right? Like crowded life. That's how I know that term, mob. All right, Libra. Actually, the Tower card here doesn't have... It doesn't carry on anything bad, aside from... it may catch you a bit unprepared. Well, listen, what happens here, or what those cards are showing, it does refer something you plan. Maybe you do plan to open up a business, maybe you do plan to make certain move, and you do forge your plan, but you may not realizing that the time to kind of like put that plan into motion is pretty much nigh. Actually, it's just around the corner. It's at the start of this week, and that is exactly what is gonna catch you unprepared. That's the moment. Actually, it's not gonna be even the moment to initiate the plan. It's just the universe is gonna do it for you. That is how pretty much the Tower card operates. It don't ask you, are you ready or not. It happens, and so you will have to pretty much work with it, so to speak, or keep up with it as well, so to speak. And that may feel a bit overwhelming. It may feel a bit oppressing, even moving forward throughout the week. But it does look like that you are going to do really, really good job. And by the end of the week, Libra, you will be happy of your accomplishments. These are not going to be exactly achievements, but definitely accomplishments. And afterwards, there will be an option for you, not just only an option, but a possibility for you to build on top of those accomplishments and achievements. I don't know, just to give you an example, it is that you are planning to get yourself promoted. You know, you're working really hard, or rather like you are studying really hard for a certain position, and that position opens up before you actually finish your entire study. So it kind of like the circumstances are getting ahead of what you have anticipated, and you have to act now or never. And although you may not feel yourself entirely prepared, you gotta make your move, and once you do it, you will have your accomplishments. That's pretty much how can play itself out throughout the week. Now, you may be planning to kind of like enter into a certain relationship, and you end up crushing on someone, and things doesn't turn out the way you planned them to turn out, or rather like it doesn't turn out at the time you planned it to turn out. Oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. The point of the week, it is that the stir is gonna come sooner than you want it to come, and that's gonna be the bad thing about the Tower card. Now, from another hand, it does look like that this week, whatever it is to stir for you, will give you the option to rebuild your life if you do feel that your life is falling apart. But like I said, by the end of the week, you will end up being very, very happy of your accomplishments, thinking of how you can make them bigger, stronger, and more efficient for yourself. So that's for Libra. Moving on, we do have Scorpio. Page of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Wands. Oh, all right, Nine of Wands. Taurus is gonna be that's the Seven of Swords. Final one is gonna be the Two of Swords. So for all of us that are single, Scorpio, it's highly unlikely that throughout the upcoming week we are gonna meet someone suitable. Well, that's to be said the mildest. It's highly unlikely that you are gonna find anyone that is gonna be interested in us, unfortunately, though. So the week is gonna be focused more upon what we do want about ourselves. Okay, having the Seven of Swords into the third position of the spray pretty much exerts our own agenda and gives us the ability to push it through regardless of what others are thinking about it. So it's a great week, for example, to seek out, say, a mortgage to buy a home. It's a great week as well to build something of ourselves, say a pattern, say kind of like a foundation for a business, say a friendship, but it has to be ours. And also it's a good week to have it our way as well, into existing relationships, into existing partnerships, and so on and so forth. It's a great week to get prepaid as well, or to be accurately assessed. So if we think, for example, that we are not paid enough for the amounts of work we are doing, that's the week where we fix that by pretty much displaying our self-righteousness. And according to these cards, the self-righteousness is going to be honored, is going to be respected. Also, throughout the week, at least right at the start of the week, it does look like that we are gonna, and that's pretty obscure, it's pretty broad to be said, but that's how the card stands. So at the start of the week, we are gonna focus on a thing that will hold a huge value for us. For some, that may be the family you have that holds a huge value for you. For others, it may be, the job you have. For me, the biggest value, for example, that I have is my freedom, for example. But we are gonna focus on a thing of a huge value for us, and kind of like develop it a little bit further, develop it to become a little bit bigger. And by the end of the week, we're gonna have it in a pretty peaceful state, that it is moving into another direction. So if that valuable thing for you, it is your marriage, you can expect to stabilize your marriage no matter the condition you enter in. You enter with it in that particular week. By the end of the week, you are going to have your peace in it. Okay, you may have your peace into your career as well. And I don't know how long this is going to stand, but it's going to be very important not to force any actions unless those actions are pretty much the only thing you can do. That is how you will recognize what direction you must go forward, when it is the only possible one. It is pretty much it is the only obviously right direction or a right choice that you can make about whether your career, your marriage, your job as well, your friendships, etc., etc. Very, very important, again, not to force things around, not to force any changes as well around, whether into your career or whether into your relationship life. And which is highly, highly, highly unlikely, but still possible to a small portion of us. It is that throughout the week, a friendship may transform into something more, but we have to be really aggressive in order that to happen, like really corner that person with their back against the wall. I don't know with what means probably we do have certain leverage, probably through manipulation. I don't know how, to actually spill the beam of how they feel about us. That is the only way how it can manifest. And that's pretty much about it for Scorpio, and this concludes the second cluster of star signs. Now I'm entering into the second break, which one of you is going to have a free reading if you do want to, guys, into that break from me. And all that you got to do in order to get that free reading is just input a question that you want me to read for with my tarot cards, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do so, to input a question if you do have one. And after 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one question, should there be any, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. If there are no questions submitted, I'm just going to move to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and afterwards Pisces. Okay, Christy, I can't answer questions that are regarding medical condition. Okay. If it is about emotional healing, that's possible, but medical condition, I cannot answer that. It's just, it's not within the design of tarot. I have heard and read only one, let's put it that way, method for predicting health, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay. It's all over the place. I'm sorry, Christy. But that's life, isn't it? It's, what is life if it is not a death pending? We all gonna die. And by the way, I don't know where I read that, but pretty much the sentence was that a human becomes mature, or rather like a person matures in the very second when they realize that they're not gonna live forever. Okay, that one day they're gonna die. That is the moment where someone matures, and I kind of agree with it. Because we live like we're never gonna die. We are never gonna, our life never gonna end, but it's going to. So what kind of a legacy we're gonna leave behind? That's a question that we need to answer. Thank you for the question. If it is the one I pick, I will do my best to pretty much answer it to the best of my ability. Oh my God, Anna, don't talk like that. If you aren't there, there is a reason why you aren't there. We are all stardust, by the way. All the particles are made from a stardust. That is how matter works. You know, a supernova goes off, and that stardust forms planets. It forms molecules, bacteria, organisms, living things. So we are all stardust, even as we live. All right, Christy, you're up. Are you gonna heal emotionally? Those are your cards. No, that sense of loss is always gonna linger there. What you can do for the foreseeable future, that is, because I cannot tell you for a lifetime, is to try to convince yourself that you don't care, which is a terrible thing to say, but it is what the cards are saying, you know. That is the way how you do mitigate the sense of loss. If you can do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But that sense is never gonna go away, according to the cards. Not never, but at least not within the next year or so. Because Tarot cannot say for a lifetime, but for the time being, no. Alright. Again, couple of minutes, guys. And after that, I'm gonna do the last 4 star signs: Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And then another free reading, and then is going to be the super chat readings. Anyone who decides to support the channel in the stream to super chat, you're going to get a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much given, guys. And should your super chat be $20 or above, you're going to get the very same 4 card spread reading that I'm doing for the star signs. If you do wish to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. Hey, Aaron. Welcome to the stream. All right, next, Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, the first one, that's going to be the Queen of Swords. followed by the Chariot. Moving on next, that's going to be the Three of Wands. The final one. Oh my God, we do have the Star. I'm so happy that I do have my moon there, because hey, no matter what it is about Scorpio or Aquarius, at least I'm gonna feel good about it, right? So what we do have for Sagittarius is pretty simple reading. It kind of shows that within the upcoming week, whatever plans you have, guys, whatever goals, before you hear that reading, of course, it doesn't work out in other way around, you have bestowed upon yourself throughout the week, all of them can become true. In other words, whatever things you do have planned to accomplish, you can push all of them through, and you're not even gonna break a damn sweat about it. You're just not gonna break any sweat about it. It will be so easy, and all of it is gonna be, I mean, the whole process is gonna be based on your experience, not just only on your experience, but as well on the patterns and foundations that you have established thus far. So in other words, you have your plans, you have your expectations, all of them are coming true into the upcoming week. Pretty crazy, eh? So hopefully you do have something very important planned, something very, very big, like a huge client to enthrall, mesmerize, or whatever, in order to invest into the job or the business that you're working for or working with. You know, a huge person to not amaze, but what is the word? Impress. A person to impress, right? Or probably a business to establish, whichever the case. By the end of the week, if it is about work, well, then you do have a long-term prosperity in front of you, like a long-term job, like a long-term project, like a long-term client, for example, long-term business, so on and so forth. Should that be about personal relationships? Well, in that case, should that be friendship, you can expect a very pure and how can I put it into words, thriving friendship. Love, well, the one that grows from now on, moving forward without having any trouble whatsoever. The only thing that actually can pretty much take you down is if you rush the things through. You do not rush anything into the upcoming week. You press hard, but you do not rush. And if you have the luxury to choose what to do according to the cards, it will be best if you do challenge yourself. In other words, go a little bit, or aim rather, a little bit higher than what you have aimed up until this point, or improve. I don't know, not improve, but raise a little bit the odds when it comes to your plan. It's a great week, guys. Oh, and one more thing before I go to Capricorn. No matter how well you will perform, that's also something unpleasant. No matter how well you perform, it doesn't look like that you are going to be very proud of yourself by the end of the week, but you should be. I don't know why you ain't going to be, but you should be very, very proud. It's a great week as well to kind of like close a situation that you do find disturbing, troublesome, a situation that wreaks havoc in your life, and you will have the option, the opportunity, the chance to close that situation. Right, so that was for Sagittarius. Moving on, next we do have Capricorn. Hey, Chandra, thank you so much, Chandra, um, for your 4.99 US dollars. Mm, thank you. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer. The end is near, or rather, like it's nigh. I love that word. Uh, where you have your personal reading for the week. What do you mean? I don't remember. I remember it was something Five of Swords with something. I don't remember. I mean, you can rewind the video and see them for yourself. All right, for Capricorn, the first card, that's going to be the Four of Wands. Oh no, don't send me anything over Facebook. I mean, I said what I said. I'm not going to discuss it anymore. Then it is the Justice, followed by the Eight of Wands, and the final one, that's going to be the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have those four for Aquarius, for Capricorn. I'm sorry, Capricorn. Give me a moment here. So there will be a conclusion for you into the week that it is coming, Capricorn. Like it's not a closure. It's more like a checkpoint. It's more like a milestone that is gonna take place. So you can consider that one phase into a enterprise or a aspect of your life is pretty much over, and it's going to be successfully over, by the way. And then another phase starts. Look at it like jumping from a one level to another, to a higher level, so to speak. And that is that is what was peculiar here, having that Justice into the second position. And it kind of speaks that it's not for you, but yet you have it, like in a sense that's I don't want to say it that way, but it almost feels like you will be given a bigger opportunity than you should. That's pretty much how it stands. And according to the cards, you should take it. Okay. Basically what they say, take it now, take what you can get, think about it later. That's what they show. And by the end of the week, once you do take that opportunity, you are going to have a lot on your plate in a sense of development. And next few weeks, probably you will have to spend developing that thing. So you should expect next couple of weeks, or even next month, in fact, for you to find yourself being very, very busy. I don't know what kind of plans you do have, but whatever plans you do have, you can expect next week to be rather very, very successful, even to get ahead of yourself in a sense of accomplishments. All right, you may not expect to get so much things done into the next week, but you will. But the thing is that from these things that you're going to get done, more are going to pile up on top of you, because now you are, instead of level 1, you are on a level 2, and level 2 requests more skill, requests more time, it does request more. But by the end, like I said, you are going to find yourself being well situated, well handled, with a lot of potentials for you to explore and to develop as well. So you will acquire more than you can use. That's my point, and that's why we do have that justice being into the second position. Important thing here, it is that instead you focus on what you have to undertake at any given moment. Focus on what you do find, let's say, easier or more appealing or more, I don't know, more pleasant, so to speak. I don't know why. It's just how the cards, how the cards are speaking. And also another thing, it is that even though some maneuvers may look risky to you, according to the tarot, or at least to my tarot, there is no risk involved whatsoever. Well, perhaps that's a really positive mindset. It's something I always I'm always trying to remind people that have went through losses. Okay, that's especially if it's a loss of person, whether through separation or through, passing. It is that this person wants us, in one case, it wants us to live better. In another case, we should live better just to show them that we can do it without them. All right, Aquarius. First one, that's going to be the 10 of Pentacles, followed by the Lovers. Moving on next, that's going to be the 6 of Wands. Final one is going to be the 9 of Wands. Pretty easy one for Aquarius. Mattia, thank you so much for your 9.99. Thank you, Mattia. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're going to get your personalized reading for the week. Right, so pretty easy for Aquarius. There will be someone from thy past that is gonna show up. Could be an ex-lover, it could be an ex-friend, okay? Or it could be, it doesn't have to be an ex-friend, it could be a friend that we haven't catch up for a very, very, very long time. And that person showing up, it's kind of like, it will be not like troublesome, it will be more or less inconvenient for the time that they are showing up. Probably, or can I put it into words? Probably it is just we would wish, and I'm saying we because I am Aquarius rising, but we would wish that they have showed up in a different time, so we can do more with them. I don't know how to put it into words, but besides the point here, into the upcoming I'm sorry, we can have a pretty nice interaction with them. It all comes to, or the week revolves around how pleasant time we're gonna have with that person. That one and another, that person can help us with something as well, whatever help we do need to tackle with whether our business endeavors or our personal endeavors. Also, depending on how the things ended up beforehand, for example, if they ended up in some kind of a separation, that person showing up, they are now going to recognize that, you know, maybe they can find someone better or worse, but no one alike us. And that, in other words, that we are unique. That's how they're going to recognize us. And that may be an incentive for them to pretty much give it another go. That is, if we do want to give it another go. One other way how this reading can be read, because that's a general one, you know, and not for every single one is going to be about X. It is that within the upcoming week for us Aquarius, we are going to become more and more independent, meaning that we will be able to repay back whatever favors we do owe to someone, or whatever money we do owe to someone as well. And also, on top of it, it seems that we will be able to invest accurately, whether investing our money or investing our time or investing, for example, our efforts as well. Those investments are going to be repaid. So if we do work hard, for example, we are going to be rewarded, say, with a bonus, or we are going to be rewarded with something else. Who knows? It could be as well a promotion. Bottom line is that by the end of the week, we are going to end up in a position of, let's put it that way, power to make certain changes the way we like to make changes, instead of being told what we should do and how we should align. We'll have the power to decide for ourselves how we should align. The negative aspect of the week for Aquarius, it is that Aquarius, we guys may have the thought that we actually got to choose. Unfortunately, these choices have been already made. And for us, it is only the illusion that we do make a choice here and there. And also having a harmony into their life also is going to be a little bit difficult to be maintained. If you happen to go out for a love and you happen to start dating people, you better stick to what it is most convenient to you. Don't try to kind of like associate yourself with people that you haven't been with beforehand, like characters. According to the cards, it's not going to work out, at least not for now. Oh, Christy, I don't appreciate people read their own cards. I mean, if you want to do that, you can pull for yourself and just research the cards you pulled. I use a technique that's, they are not pretty much these three cards. They do form one single message. I do not read them one by one. And last but not least, we do have Pisces. First one for Pisces, that's going to be the Four of Swords, followed by the Seven of Wands. Moving on next, guys, that's going to be the Ten of Pentacles. And the final one for you, we do have the Queen of Cups. So the upcoming week for you, Pisces, is going to be all about how to transform a short-term accomplishment, achievement, or a happiness into a long-lasting one. For example, if you have been contracted temporary for, say, the next month into a job, the next week is going to be about not just only deliberation but also about a negotiation, how this 1 month contract can become, for example, 1 year contract. If you are just going out occasionally with someone, that week is going to be all about deliberations and as well conversations, how this occasional going out could transform into a full-time dating, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like striving to make oh my god, striving to make it worth your while, right? That's how it's that's how the week is gonna go through. Now, what's the problem? Someone else wants it. That's pretty much the problem here. So you can expect a competition. That competition ain't gonna play fair, so I suggest you not to play fair either. That's just a suggestion though, because having the 10 of Pentacles into the 3rd position, it pretty much is the moment, all right, where you're gonna be a few steps ahead, maybe 10 steps ahead, who knows, and it will be best if you do use them instead of being a fair player, waiting those people to come about, because if they pass through you, or rather like pass ahead of you, they're not gonna wait you out. And besides, when I say that they do play dirty, they do in a way that they are kind of like doing things behind your back, especially talking behind your back. That's a very common trend, having the 7 of Wands into the 2nd position. And should you hear some fallacies and rumors about yourself into the upcoming week, you have to challenge those things right away. Now imagine that thing, you do have someone that you do go out occasionally and you do talk with them, that you like them and so on and so forth, and that you do see future about you both. That person say, yeah, all right, so let's start dating full time, and you do start dating, but it turns out that there is someone that wants to date that person, or it rather wants to take your place, and start spreading rumors how you are dating few people on top of this one, you know, so in other words, that you are unfaithful. And usually, you know, one person kind of like brushes it off and says, you know, let them talk, let them speak, they're just jealous. But in your case, Pisces, that fallacy said 1,000 times will become stronger than the truth. It's not going to be the truth, but it's going to become stronger than the truth. That's why you got to challenge it right away, and confront that person who is spreading those fallacies, and kind of like prove them wrong, so to speak. And if you do so, then you will establish a longevity. You will either consolidate your job, you will either consolidate your love life, friendships, who knows, maybe family as well. And that's pretty much your reading. And now the last break is taking place, so one of you can get a free reading with me, guys. All that you gotta do is just input a question that you want me to read for with the tarot cards. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do so, and should be there any questions, I'm gonna pick one and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. If there are no questions, or after I do the question, I'm gonna move to the super chat readings. Thank you, Sean, for your $10 US. Thank you. Anyone who supports the stream and the channel through super chat, you guys are gonna get a reading in about a few minutes. And should there be no inquiry, the reading is gonna be about your personal experience through the week, or your personal weekly reading. Thank you again, Sean. Yeah, that's well, it's it was a thank you, Christy. It was a recommendation, okay, by some of my viewers, By the way, guys, I do read your comments. Just because I do not reply, that doesn't mean that I am, ignorant. I do read your comments, and if you do make a recommendation and I see a merit into it, and I can do it, I am gonna do it. And yeah, well, I do understand, Christy, but like I told you, what I am using as a technique is called elemental dignities. And even if you do research those cards on your own, um, it's not the same. It's just using that technique. You do not read them card by card. But if you do want to, you can research it. The cards were Five of Swords, the Hierophant, and then you do had the Ten of Cups. Oh, thank you, Sean. That is for your life. Elemental Dignity, yeah. Thank you, Sean. That's for Sherry. Let me. You are making up. You are making up about something. Are you? You're welcome, Christy. Ah, okay. I don't know. I'm just, if I am to do that, what you're doing, then usually I am kind of like paying myself out, kind of like I have done something and I'm trying to make it up for it. Because I do not believe in gifts. I don't know. That's Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you for your 10 US dollars as well. No, thank you. Your American friend Lara? Oh, thank you, Christy. Are you not American? I thought you are. Jen, make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer where you're going to get your personalized reading. I'll meet love. All right. Okay. In any way, I guess. Wow. You are up pretty late. 2:43 a.m. I guess. No, I guess, but it is 2:43 a.m. where you are. But thank you. Thank you for recommending me. All right. Super chat now. I can't orient myself where that is. Bristol. Uh, I have pretty much been only in I have been only in South England. You know, when I was working for a company there, and my brother lives in England. He does have a business there. So I have been more times than I can count, probably 30, even more times than that. Thank you, Christy. Anna, your reading is going to be at the end, just so you know. All right, Chandra, your week. We don't have those couple of cards, and it's gonna be an interesting, not interesting, but a bit of a. It's not even a stressful, more like a. It's not a stress, Chandra. It's a tension. Okay, it's a tension because there are going to be an exterior aspects, or rather like exterior situations that are gonna call to your action. But the thing it is that those situations are not gonna concern you. Okay, for example, I don't know if you are, let's say, married or not, but say your husband has a problem. If you are married, for example, your husband has a problem and involves you in his problem. Now that situation doesn't concern you at first, but if you do get involved, what's gonna happen it is that this is gonna start kind of like messing around with the endeavors you have set to underdo throughout the week itself. So long story short, Chandra, the week is great for you to pretty much do what you have planned to do, but that is only if you do keep up things to yourself rather than kind of like undertake how can I put undertake favors, so to speak. Start doing any favors to that person or to this person. And also do not involve yourself into, how can I put it into words, very complex enterprises. Like it's not a good week as well to sign up contracts also, especially if those contracts are very premature contracts. It's not a good week as well to set up new long-term, let's say, deals or even relationships. That is a week where you do and you develop what you have already have, rather than acquiring and initiating new stuff. I don't know any Banksy artist. I am pretty crippled when it comes to art. Mattia, ooh, you're gonna have quite of a week. Yeah, it's gonna be a really, really good one. Those three cards for you, Mattia. It's a great week. Now, right off the top of those cards, um, anything you planned for the week, it will happen. Okay, anything you planned for the week, it will happen, and it will happen exactly the way you want it to happen. There will be an option for you to grow literally everywhere. So where is the problem? Well, you could have aimed a little bit higher. That's literally the problem. You either undersold yourself or you underestimated yourself. That is what the cards are showing here. Also, what you can expect, I don't know if that's a situation that you are going through, Mattia, but into the upcoming week, if you are in a bad terms with someone, let's say a friend of yours, you do have an argument, you do hold grievances to one another, you're pretty much on the edge with one another. Well, the upcoming week you can make a peace with one another. And also, what is very possible, someone to make you happy through their behavior, that is, not by some kind of a gesture or anything like that, but only through their behavior. The tendency of the week, it is that anything you touch, anything you be a part of, to grow little by little. Sean, you're also gonna have a really good week. These are your cards shown. So I don't know what kind of a plans you do have, but what they speak about, it's that there will be a movement in a sense of that on top of recent accomplishments, something is gonna take off. Okay, something is gonna start developing, and it will be rather very gainingful. Right. So, for example, you have accomplished a business deal recently, and based on that business deal, you have been recommended, and another person came about to ask for your services. Okay, some kind of such an event is gonna take place, or let's say you purchase a land, and now you do have a chance to, or you kind of found out that you can do something very good with that land, right? Something very gainingful for you. So there will be a gainingful enterprise coming your way that is not going to be something you pretty much can say how to do it right away. So it's going to be an enterprise you will have to learn, you will have to kind of like adapt, you will have to how can I put it into words, grow into it. But it will be very in tune with you, in a sense of that you will be able to very quickly get the hang of everything in there. Now, what may be the problem with that Queen of Wands? The problems may be one of the two. One, it is that this gaining for enterprise will require your attention of current plans. So you have planned something, but that enterprise shows up, and damn, I mean, you have to abandon your plans, or not abandon, but forlorn your plans for now to develop that enterprise. The other way how that can play out, it is that you will not feel ready for that enterprise, in a sense of that, why now? Right now you do have things somewhat calmed down, and now again, everything starts, and you have to jump into creative chaos one more time. Whichever the way, that is an opportunity you do not want to miss, because if not anything else, the very least is going to present you with an option, or rather like a chance for you to develop a slumbered talent. Sherry, we do have for you the Nine of Wands. Ooh. Oh. Those three for you, Sherry. So I don't know what you have planned as well, but whatever you planned, it's gonna happen. I could say that for that week that it is ahead of you, by the look of those cards, you do have something big prepared, or you're about to have something big prepared. Because these are not just only accomplishing your plans, this is about moving a mountain. Hey, Kimberly. This is pretty much about moving a mountains, and you will gonna do it through drawing from your experience, drawing from your awareness as well, drawing from your ability to say which is the better way. And in other words, Sherry, whatever things you do have sorted out, you will be able to push all of your things pretty much through. If not anything else, Sherry, the result of the week is that you're gonna make your experience moving forward much more comfortable, whether in your marriage, whether in your business, or into your social circle. But where you're gonna find yourself by the end of the week, it is just one step before you reach a full completion of that challenge. So you are gonna overcome a huge challenge into the next week. My brother is a hairstylist. And Jen, these are your cards. So 5 of Cups with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And I will need a moment, Jen. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. That is another way, Jen. Another way will open for you. And it's gonna be far better than the way you currently have. It will be miles better. Let's say, as an example, okay, let's say you do want to purchase a home and you found a home up until now. At the start, it wasn't great, but you learned to like it and you are about to sign up the deal. And into the upcoming week, another place shows up that it is far better than the one you are ready to sign up for the same conditions. That is pretty much how the week rather plays out for you. So it will open up, or rather like the week is going to open up a much better option than the option you are about to accept. And that is gonna pretty much change your path, or rather like it's gonna change your life to a much better state and situation for what we have from those cards. He isn't. He's in London. All right, Anna. First one, 7 of Pentacles. Second one, the Chariot. Moving on next, that's gonna be the Empress. And the final one is gonna be the World. So upcoming week, Anna. Well, I don't know, Jen. I mean, I say whatever the cards show. As you saw, I even stumbled upon them. It's a pretty, how can I put it into words? It's a pretty unusual elemental dignity. Because listen, what you have settled on also works out. That is just better, you know? But I guess at the end of the day, it's all about personal preference. Because what is better for the universe, it may not be better for you, all right? So at the end of the day, you make your own choices. So Anna, great week, because what happened here is that you are gonna save yourself so much trouble, hassle, and efforts through some kind of a it's not even a move, but a lack of a move. So what happens, Anna, it is that at some point throughout the week, you will feel that you gotta stop, all right? You gotta put some brakes of what you are doing and reassess the situation. And once you do so, you will see that one of the two things is true. Whether you do things in such a hard way that they don't have to be so hard. I mean, what you are doing, it doesn't have to be that hard. All right, you are making your life harder, way harder than it needs to be. Or once you do start reassessing, you will see that some of the aspects of what you're doing, they are not needed. They are wasteful. Okay, they just, they don't give you anything, they suck away. So that is gonna breed that you are going to change your positions. Say you may change your position toward friends, or I don't know, toward business. If you are dating someone yet, you may change your positions toward that person, or toward the situation in general, not toward a person, but toward the situation that you are involved with this person. And this reassessment is going to prove a very, whether lucrative or very proficient, in other words, for you, because what it's going to do is it's going to settle, not set you up, but settle you up. That may settle your business, it may settle your love life, it may settle your partnerships, it may settle your relationship. But by the end of the week, you are going to have one less thing to worry about, and what that less thing is going to be a big thing. Okay, that's not going to be for a trifle, but it's going to be a serious matter that you have finally sorted out. That's how the week is going. A very effective week for you, Anna. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, he's doing great. I mean, for 1 year, he was able to purchase an apartment, so I guess he's doing well. I mean, if you have a business and you are able to purchase a home in 1 year doing that business, or a couple of years actually doing that business, then you must be doing okay, right? So yeah, in any case, thank you so much for watching, guys, and for your support as well. We're gonna see each other very, very soon, and until then, bye.